Bhagavan now says that unveiling of the truth, the tattva, is a process of removal of ignorance through the dawn of knowledge, just like darkness vanishes with sunrise.
ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानं येषां नाशितमात्मनः तेषाम् आदित्यवज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परम्.
Atmanah ajnanam, ignorance that pertains to the self. Staying in the self, ignorance veils the self. It is within the self and it covers the self. Just like darkness in a room covers the entire room. Yesham, those whose, Atmanah ajnanam nashitam, the ignorance pertaining to the self is destroyed. And by what is this ignorance destroyed? By jnana, by knowledge. Just like light removes darkness. Once light has removed the darkness, what does it do? It reveals what was hidden. It reveals that which was hidden, that which was veiled by the darkness. Thus, Adityavat, like the sun, just like the light of the sun removes darkness, and once it removes darkness, it reveals whatever was hidden by the darkness. It reveals the entire world. Tesham jnanam, their knowledge, prakashayati, reveals. And what does it reveal? Tat param, that which is supreme, the highest. So a mesmerizing story, which I want to relate now, that reveals this truth for us. So the Vedas, the Agamas, the Smritis are scriptures for knowledge for the practitioners of Sanatana Dharma. Sri Vaishnavism, in addition to these, bases its authority on the Tamil writings of the Alvars. The 12 Alvars are known to have spanned the dates from 2706 BC to 4203 AD. Poigai Alvar, Budat Alvar and Pei Alvar are the first three Alvars and hence are known as Mudal Alvars or the first Alvars. They were contemporaries and born on successive days. Poigai Alvar established the Paratvam of Lord Narayana as the Tattva Jnana, the supreme truth, the supremeness of Bhagavan as the supreme truth. Budat Alvar explained how Jnana blossoms into Parabhakti. And Pei Alvar demonstrated that these lead to ultimate Parama Bhakti or Sakshatkaram, which is the very realization of the Supreme Lord. Thus, the three Alvars, what they spoke, they represented the three stages of spiritual unfoldment. All the three were so much devoted to the Lord that they had no other thoughts. Nididhyasana, remember? Nididhyasana is when there is no other thought, just the thought that you are contemplating upon, you are meditating upon. They were not known to each other and had never met each other before, never met each other in their lives, and hence they were perfect strangers. So the night was dark and stormy in Tirukkovalur. Rain was coming down in torrents. It was a night where none would venture out, and the people were shut tight in the safety of their homes. Yet, this was the night in which the three yogis who had the Lord entrenched in their hearts, they chose to be up and about. When they reached Tirukkovalur separately, remember they never knew each other, they were strangers, they found it deserted and there was no place to rest. The first to reach was Poigai Alvar, who found a narrow passage in front of an ashram. And he lay down, prepared to spend the night among the inhospitable and, very severely confined, constrained environments. Sometime later, Budat Alvar too discovered the same place. The occupant of the place, who was already there, he welcomed the stranger, saying that if there was enough space for one person to lie down, then two could sit there. After some time came Pei Alvar, drenched to the skin. He too was welcomed by the other two, who were already sitting there in the small space, thinking that a small space which could seat 2 people and where 1 person can lie down, 3 people can comfortably stand. So the 3 Alvars were thus standing in this constrained place in pitch darkness, sharing with one another their experiences of the Lord and his auspicious attributes, talking to each other about Bhagwan. All of a sudden, they felt a rather different feeling. They felt tightly pressed. Where they were standing comfortably in the space, now it felt as if the available space had shrunk, as if a 4th person, unknown to them, had entered the narrow passage and was crowding them. It was pitch dark and there was no way of lighting the place. Poigai Alvar hit upon the idea of lighting up a novel lamp and using the elements of nature as ingredients. He used the whole earth as the lamp, the waters from the seas and the river as oil, and the effulgent sun as the wick. He lit a glorious lamp. On his part, Bhudat Alvar lit another lamp. Here he used, while Poigai Alvar had used the elements outside, Bhudat Alvar used the elements available within oneself, and yet hardest to find in human beings as the ingredients. So he used the love, the extreme love and devotion for Emperuman, for Bhagwan, as the lamp. The uncontrollable urge in the mind to see the Lord, the mumukshutva. Remember the sadhana chatushtaya, the mumukshutva, that uncontrollable urge, that was the oil. And the constant contemplation of the Lord in the intellect, the nididhyasana, was the wick. Thus, 2 lamps, one made of elements from within and the other made from elements from outside, lit by the 2 yogis, provided extraordinary illumination, which at first removed the darkness and then revealed to the 3rd yogi who the 4th person who had been squeezing them was. And Pei Alvar, who was the 3rd Alvar, was able to clearly see, and he exclaimed, Tirukkandain. Thiru is Mahalakshmi. First and foremost, his eyes alighted on the glorious form of Sri, adorning the broad chest of the intruder. Sri or Mahalakshmi resides in the heart of Narayana. Kandain, he said, Tirukkandain. I see Thiru, I have the fortune to worship. And then quickly realizing that the presence of the divine consort, what did it mean? It meant that the 4th person, the intruder, who was squeezing them, was none other than the Supreme Lord Narayana. Pei Alvar's eyes rested on the divine, brilliant, glorious form of Bhagwan. And he now exclaimed, Ponmeni Kandain. Ponmeni means the divine, brilliant, glorious form. The effulgent form. And Narayana and Mahalakshmi now were together, as they are always together with Mahalakshmi in the heart of Narayana. They created a hue like the rising sun, the rising effulgent sun. And he sang out, Thigayum Arukkan Ani Niramum Kandain. Shining like the sun, beautiful, resplendent radiance, I have the fortune to worship. Then he saw the Lord's divine discus and his cosmic conch, adorning the upper hands of Bhagwan. And this spectacular sight made him to continue singing. Sirukkilarum Punnai Kandain, Purisangam Kai Kandain. Seru means in the battlefield. Kilarum, bursting out. What bursts out in the battlefield from Bhagwan's hands? The Punnai, the beautiful divine disc. And I have the fortune to worship Kandain. Purisangam, the divine conch. Kai Kandain, in the divine hand, I have the fortune to worship. And then he concluded, Innai Vannan Palendru. Innai Vannan Pal, in the divine form of Bhagwan, who has the complexion of the ocean, that can remove one's fatigue, one who cannot be estimated, like vast, like the ocean, even vaster. Indra means now. When now I saw I could get the divine fortune to worship, when the other two alvars lighted up and made me see. The three alvars, inspired by this grand spectacle of Bhagavan, glorious form, in the midst of that small passage in front of them, right in their midst, they poured out in devotion 100 beautiful verses, each one of them. And these are the verses that served as the forerunner to the 4,000 divine verses that were composed by the 12 alvars and is called the Divya Prabandham. So Bhagavan says, Tesham Aditya Vagyanam Prakashayati Tatparam. Like the sun, their knowledge reveals the Supreme. The darkness is first banished, and it is banished by the lamps of knowledge, by the lamps made out of the inner material and the outer material, internal and external ingredients. And then in that light is revealed the divine Supreme, the highest. Thirukkandeen Ponmeni Kandeen, Thigayum Arukkan Ani Niramum Kandeen, Sirukkilarum Punnai Kandeen, Purisangam Kai Kandeen, Yen Ai Vannan Palendru. How beautiful and enchanting it is. And what happens when the Supreme is thus revealed? When Bhagavan, for the alvars, they started pouring out in terms of the 100 pasurams each.